Previously on 2 Past Midnight.
Hey, okay. I know you just woke up.
Yeah.
But this is a secret ciphered note, all pertaining to our mystery locations.
So the X is on the map?
Yes. And there's a specific one that's referenced as Alice. And it seems to be the one that I have found the most information on. So I know I've sound like a broken record where I think we need to check these things out and everything. But there's definitely something here. And I'm definitely on the trail of something major going on here. Wake up and eat a ration, drink water, and meditate for a moment before heading out.
I also will eat. Are they feeding and watering us at this place, or do we need to dig into our own rations? I meant what I said. It's like horses. I don't care.
They do have a well, so you can refill your water rations.
Okay.
So that, at the very least, they do have. Roll me a d6, Jeremy.
Okay. A 3.
No, they are kind of like, we're starting to run low on food. We're actually getting ready to send some people out for a hunting and try to get some more food. We can't. We might be able to spare a couple rations, but I don't think we have enough to feed all 4 of you at the moment. But we already have the rest of your group here as well.
Fair.
Actually, I think you guys gave them food anyway, so.
Okay, so
take off a ration, but keep the water full.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, only 2 of you would have to take off a ration. That's what I'm saying. Is like the 3 I put in the middle. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, I already took off a ration, so you.
Okay.
So did I. So.
Brian, you and I are freebies.
Kyle, roll me another d6 for weather. For the daytime.
The one I got just went away automatically.
Goes back to being cloudy. And y'all's plan is to head south towards C. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Straight south. And then jog to the southwest when we get there.
Any chance you'd want to stop by that little town while we're there? That little ruin?
It's not ruined. It should still be there.
Again, I'm still interested in picking up some more ammo for our big gun, if possible.
I think with as many shepherd's flock around right now, we should stick with maybe going straight through. There is not enough. You are too many NATO for our group, you know.
Playing with fire.
Again, that's great. But when we run out of ammo for the gun, we're going to be really screwed.
We are not on our way for shooting. We are on our way for looking. If we need to shoot, we shoot and then go away.
I hear what you're saying, but not a single part of my body believes that.
Okay, well, we start shooting, we should run away. We are not for shooting, we are for looking.
Okay, fine. You convinced me. Let's just head there.
I get where Bruce is coming from. It doesn't tend to go that way for us, Merrick.
Maybe you don't run away soon enough.
All right, so Emmett, you're intending on leading everybody straight south 1 hex?
Yes.
Right? All right, so you guys, who else is going with you? The 4 of you, and are you taking anybody else with you?
Doctor, let's take the doctor with us.
Do we want to take the doctor with us?
I want to take a doctor.
Okay.
All right, and you guys bring Dr. Dolinsky with you. So I'm assuming you guys go up and ask him.
Yeah, well, especially with it being, what we think might be disease related.
And it's always good to have a doc around when you might be leaking.
Yeah, there's no elite other people to take necessarily. The doc's, of course, going to be handy.
Not really. No, there's Dr. Linsky, there's Felix, there's Boleslav, there's Dominika. She was in the military. I mean, but everybody else is pretty much civilians, so. But she's also kind of like, I should stay here and keep an eye on the town and, you know. All right, so Dr. Linsky is going to go with y'all. And he agrees. He's like, oh, yeah, of course. Let me get my bag, and I will come with you. No problem. Everyone here seems to be doing okay. And Emmett, roll me a survival roll.
6 and a 7.
You do not get lost.
Yeah, Dad. Back of the tank.
And you're headed into a wooded area as you're going along, and so it's starting to get thicker, and you guys are kind of patrolling through there. Murph, recon roll.
6 and an 8.
2 successes. But yeah, you guys are going along, and you haven't seemed to have come across anything. And it's evening time. We're headed into the evening shift now. What do you guys want to do? Did you want to continue on for the next hex? Because it's going to be one more hex would be the evening shift. If you go one more hex, that's like the whole evening shift because it's a wooded hex by the travel rules.
I think we could go one more hex, right? And then crash for the morning, or do we want to make camp now and then start in the light?
Okay, so we're at evening.
Mm-hmm.
But we can go one more shift before it's evening?
No, if you go one more shift, that's the whole evening, and then it's nighttime.
Okay, so we can push it till nighttime. I think would be our best bet.
Okay.
Then camp, sleep, rotate shifts, and then we'll take back off. That would then be afternoon, right? And then we'll do afternoon, evening travel, night, morning sleep shifts.
Yeah, that would get you in the evening shift.
Right.
That's when you'd be getting there. Yeah.
So I think that's going to be our rotation then, is it'll be afternoon, evening, travel shifts, and then night, morning, sleep shift rotation.
Okay.
But then we would be approaching the target at nighttime.
Which also helps us not be seen as we approach the target.
True.
Also true. All right, let's get it. So we're going to go one more?
We'll go one more.
Do it more.
Do it again, Daddy!
All right. We don't need to roll for the weather because this is the weather one. It's going to be cloudy for the evening. So you look up and it's still fucking cloudy. Chris, roll me a recon roll, and Brian, roll a navigation roll. Since I'm assuming you're still navigating.
Yes.
All right, recon.
And Kyle, roll me a D10.
6 and a 4, so just one success.
8 and a 2, so one success.
6.
Okay. All right. I really do like the travel mechanics with the encounter cards. There are so many times when it's like I draw a card and I'm like, that's not. It's not relevant to what you guys are doing. You guys can keep going. All right. So I'm assuming you were moving to that one hex to the south, right, Brian? That was your plan before.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So you guys go along. The sun sets in the west. You're headed through this thicker forested area still, and you don't seem to have noticed anything. But the sun's down. It's dark out, cloudy. Actually, Kyle, now roll me for the night.
Another 3.
Yep, still cloudy at night.
So Bruce, you say you were a professor before the military?
Yeah. Worked at a college. I mean, went to college, just really had a good time in college and just never left. Stayed, started picking up some adjunct teaching there for a while, and before I knew it, I was teaching some art history, some literature, and, I think it was kind of a means to just never have to really grow up, but at the end of the day, it was a good fit. But that was all before the war.
And then, so you did not pick the military, or you did, or no?
No, I am the farthest thing from the military. The training for this was the first time I'd touched a weapon, the first time I'd ran a mile, the first time... You get the point.
Oh, so you are not, this is not your thing. The military.
No, every single day to get up and crawl out of bed and put on this lifestyle is takes a little bit of meditation and you know, pulling myself up from my bootstraps, because, you know, if you'd asked me where I would have been at this stage in my life, this would have been the farthest thing from what I would have been. So
if this is not you, why do you still do it?
This is just what you had to do. I mean, the world was coming to an end. You know, you had to do it. I mean, there's no such thing as college anymore. Couldn't go back there. Everything's done.
No, that is not what I mean. Why are you still doing this then? Why are you not trying to go home? What? Why?
Part of me is just afraid of what's there, or what's not there, more likely. I've been reliant on others, family, parents, for a long time, and, you know, through this process, as daunting and difficult and inconvenient and horrible as it's been, it's forced me to grow up a little bit, and you know, I like the person I'm becoming out here. I'm not comfortable with the person I'm becoming, but I like the person I'm becoming. Looking back at what I was, I don't know that I respected that guy. I mean, I did everything I could to coast through life. Hell, I don't care about 14th century French art, but I pretended I did.
Would, I guess, is easy to get girls like that? Is that, or just...
Surprisingly easy, but then once you become a professor, things get real complicated real quick.
No, yes, conflict of interest, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Abuse of power, perhaps? Is that the position?
I tried not to think about it.
Well, the fact that you are still here is, and on this journey is, I guess, admirable.
I appreciate that.
You do not need to be here to do this. The fact that you are still on this is admirable. You don't need to be here, but you are.
I appreciate it, but, like, it's not like I can just buy up a plane ticket to go home. I feel like I'm kind of in it. Like...
Yeah. But every day, a person wakes up and they make a choice in that morning. And they say, I do this.
But, like, you didn't necessarily make a choice. This is your home. This is just what it became, and now you're sucked into it. And it's sink or swim, live or die. It's not like you can go back to anything. And I mean, I don't know what happened with kids and family and everything, but it sounds like, you know, your home's been co-opted and your family's been separated, and it's just sink or swim, live or die for you. So, like, for me to just be like, I could quit anytime I want to is kind of obnoxious.
That offer is for everyone, every day. Everyone wakes up every morning with choice. And the choice we make says everything about who we are. It rains, so it rains. What do? You make choice.
You put your helmet over your head and you try to catch some Z's.
You make choice, and you live with it.
It's like my mom always said, happiness is a choice, and I don't know that I necessarily understood that or necessarily even really agree with it, but yeah, every day, you wake up, you open your eyes, and it's for the most part up to me whether I'm just going to make this day a bag of dicks or we're going to try to do something to help somebody.
I mean, I don't know what your proclivities are, so maybe bag of dicks is a good thing, you know?
Chris, about this point, like, you start realizing you're getting to a spot that's would make a good camp spot, basically. Like, you'd have a pretty good tactical position. It's like, yeah, at the bag of dicks. That's what.
Why is it always me?
Why is it always the bag of dicks?
This is our cutoff point.
Why is it always you, Kyle?
Yeah, that's the better question.
If we get into that, we're not even going to get one episode in.
Yeah, so he stops and looks around and heads back to them. He's like, this is a good spot. We can conceal pretty well here. And sounds like you guys are getting a little froggy anyways, so let's get some rest.
All right, let's set it up, gentlemen.
All right, so the question is, who's on watch? Who's setting up camp? Who's sleeping?
Well, I mean, Murph has got to be up. He's going to do...
The camp.
Yeah, camp roll and hide the camp. If he's staying up, then I would say Emmett would sleep.
Merrick can go on recon. Well, actually, between Emmett and you know, never mind. LT is garbage on watch.
You cannot play that meta. You just got to trust me.
He's seen LT on
I've
watch.
seen you on watch. I'm just gonna go on watch.
That's not even meta anymore. That's just canon.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce can help me set up the camp and technically be on watch at the same time, I thought? Or no?
Or he can rack out, and then Murph will set up the camp, Merrick will go on watch, and then Emmett and LT can be on the same shift.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so who's on watch and who's setting up the camp?
Merrick is on watch.
Okay.
Emmett and Bruce are racking out, and Murph is setting up the camp and hiding.
All right,
Said
so
camp.
recon roll from Jeremy and a survival roll from Chris and a recon roll from Chris.
What are my negatives?
Well, it's nighttime, so -2.
Okay.
Yeah. No, -3. Actually, I'm sorry, because it's also cloudy.
Okay.
9 and a 4 on survival for setting up the camp,
Okay.
and then hiding it.
Hide it good.
10 and a 6, so 3.
3.
Merrick got a 2 and a 5.
All right, so Chris, your survival rolls worked both of them, right? You got
The
your
survival
survival roll
roll-
and then the recon roll. You got how many successes?
1 success on survival, 3 on recon.
Okay. And Jeremy got no successes on keeping watch. Okay.
Yep.
Just going to roll some dice over here. Don't ignore me.
Yeah, pretend we don't know what's going on.
Okay.
So, Mr. Murph, why are you still on this? Why are you here? Why are you coming?
I thought I kind of heard you talking to Bruce about that. Is that your thing? You're trying to see our motivations?
I'm curious about the men I am with, because I have not known you very long, any of you.
You know, I probably don't have a good answer for you. I've always been... The mission has kind of basically been trying to find Emmett's boy. But really, I mean, that's definitely the mission, but I really think it's to give us give me a focus, a mission, a point, something to achieve, or a goal to keep moving forward towards. And by proxy, just keep waking up, a reason to wake up the next day and keep putting one foot in front of the other.
So you're like dog chasing car, huh?
That's an interesting way to put it, but without that mission or that goal, I would have no answer for you. This world sucks now, or everything's shit. Everyone's trying to kill each other, steal from each other, survive.
So why stay?
I'm a career soldier. This is what I do. When I die, I die. I'm good with it. If I wake up the next day, I'm good with it. I don't really care.
You should care. It's the only thing you have. You know?
Well, I mean, ideally I wake up the next day, I guess. But if by living or dying I can help these guys survive and maybe Emmett makes it to see his son, I'm good with that.
So why you feel so strongly for this man?
We've been through all of it together, and he has been a constant since we escaped the POW camp.
Oh. POW camp. Oh. Those the Russians, huh?
Yes. I would say he's the closest thing that I've had to a friend, and at least since I've been in Poland.
Hmm.
And he can act as a moral compass, if that makes sense.
So you trust him to help you do the right thing?
Yes. Even when I don't want to sometimes. I'm trying to be better about that. I've done a lot of bad things in my life, but always under orders.
So you are a career soldier, a man who does his duty, huh?
That's been my history since I was about 18 years old.
And this captain is now your commanding officer. Okay.
One thing I would say about Emmett is it's a Bible verse I don't think that he has mentioned, but it's one that had always stuck with me being a career soldier, is that evil preys on the innocent and those with true courage rise to defend them.
Yeah.
And that seems to be kind of the way that he lives his life, and it's a good let's just say maybe I hope some of it rubs off on me.
Well, we can all aspire to be better men. And having those real-world examples it makes it easier for us. You know. When you see a good man doing good thing, it can make you as well want to do the good thing. It's inspirational.
Yeah, and there was a time in our time here, not that very long ago, that I felt I was falling into the way that this world or this area has become, the do anything to survive and abdicate your moral compass. And so I needed to be pulled back from that.
Yeah. Is the same as always, you know? People, whether there is law, no law, it comes from the people, you know? When people act like animals, that is the world they live in. If they act like humans and live by laws and consideration, you know, that is what makes life better. If you need law to tell you what to do, are you still a good person, you know?
That's exactly my point. Let's say I felt like I was going to go native.
I am native.
Sorry, not native population. What's become of the people that are here post the balloon going up?
I am still here.
I understand. We haven't run into many people like you.
I'm sure you have, but they just, you didn't notice them because they were not a threat to you.
That's probably true.
We always seem to see the worst in people.
Well, in the last few months, almost everyone has been a threat.
Everyone? You were,
I said almost.
in Cracovia, yeah?
Yeah.
Not everyone there was threat, huh?
No, like I said,
Okay.
almost. Although that wasn't the greatest experience.
It's a beautiful city.
I'm sure it was.
It still is. There are parts that are not as beautiful as they used to be, but,
You know, I don't want to get into a philosophical debate with you, Merrick, but I think it's a microcosm for what this world has become. It's run by organized crime. It's a fight for survival.
It is not solely run by organized crime, but it does work with it to accomplish certain ends.
I had to do things I'm not proud of for us to get out of that city.
I'm sorry for you.
Don't be. It's life.
And we continue on through the night. You can start seeing the light in the east as the sun's starting to come up a little bit. Kyle, roll me a d6 for weather for the morning of the 23rd of June.
My third straight 3.
Yep. It is still cloudy. So there you go. Still
Triple
cloudy.
3. Somebody get a lottery ticket.
And yeah, sun's coming up. So I assume Merrick and Murph head to bed. LT and Emmett are up. What is your guys' plan?
Emmett would be doing recon. He would be on watch.
Okay. Roll me a recon roll. Kyle, what are you doing?
It's morning shift, so I don't take the negatives, right?
-1.
Cloudy. Gotcha.
Dim. Yeah, dim.
I'm going back through the book.
You're going back through the books? Okay.
6 and a 3, 1 success.
I don't know that there's any more to glean from it. I'm just kind of obsessed. My character's kind of obsessive.
Yeah. All right. So Brian gets 1 success. LT, while you're kind of going through the books, you're flipping through and you keep coming across, passages. And it's just reinforcing what you already know. There's a lot of mirror references and a lot of, things like literary references and that sort. Yeah, there's nothing really else kind of jumps out at you other than, you're definitely like, okay, yeah, this is it. What you're able to glean from the code is that whatever research they were doing, whatever kind of biological engineering they were doing was definitely part of Operation Reset, it seems like. And Brian, what did you get on your recon? 1 success?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking around. You guys are a little ways off the road still, so you're pretty much like in what would be wilderness, so there's not a lot going on. It seems pretty quiet. You'll hear birds flying over every once in a while. The wind kind of rustling through the trees. But it's fucking quiet. That's about it. Nothing really happens. Time kind of goes by. She's just like, it would be like one of those time-lapse shots where it's just like slowly getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and it's daytime now. And that's it. That's the shift. Nothing really happens. So we're now in daytime. Kyle, weather roll for daytime.
I got a 4 this time.
Yep, still cloudy.
Womp womp.
Womp womp, ba-da. And yeah, that's where we're at. What do you guys want to do?
Eat breakfast real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so everybody's slept, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're all good there. So then everybody needs to eat and drink.
Thanks, Mom.
Check and check.
And also, everyone roll a stamina roll for me real quick.
Oh, jeez.
God damn it.
Always do that.
I got a 1.
Ooh.
And just a 1?
That's all I get is a B.
Okay.
I got a 7 and 2.
Okay.
12 and a 3.
An 11 and a 7. 3.
Kyle, you want to spend a challenge coin and push that roll?
I feel like I should, so yes, I will.
It's a good thing we got those rations from those dead people.
We don't know no better.
I got a 6.
Okay. So 1 success.
1 success.
Okay.
You got a little tummy grumbling, but otherwise you're okay.
You're pooping a little bit weird, but you seem to be okay.
That's kind of runny.
Yeah, it's a little bit running. That's weird.
Why do you take your pants all the way off? You're pooping a little bit weird.
You guys don't do it when you're laying down on the side? You don't do it that way too? From the fetal position? Like this.
Quit pooping weird.
You gonna tell us what the stamina roll was for?
No, he is not going to tell
He's not
us what we
gonna.
rolled
He's not gonna
for.
go us into what the stamina roll is.
Because it's going to come back.
No. It's it's stamina rolls just in case,
No, it's not just in case. There is no just random. No, sir, no. You cannot gaslight me that way.
Okay.
I reject this premise.
Especially
sir.
after he burned a challenge coin on it.
Like, that's probably the best. It's probably absolutely nothing, and he just got you to throw a challenge going away for it, and he's just over there loving himself.
Yep. Thinking that right now too, guys. Thanks for pointing out.
I got him to waste a challenge coin on absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I just said it.
Paranoid douche nozzle just did it. No questions asked.
Oh man.
Power of suggestion.
But now, Kyle, you can put 5 XP into your stamina. So
Yeah,
now you get
and then you can next time you sleep, you can increase it. Yeah, see, you're welcome. I did it for you, Kyle. I did it for you.
Benevolent
Please, smell that
GM as
gas.
Hit
always.
me again. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
All right, so it's daytime now, and your guys' plan. What's the plan? I'm assuming continue south.
We're marching.
Yeah, it'll take you the day shift to go 2 more hexes because it's open in both of those, so you should be fine. The next one, it's going to be a full shift to go into that hex because of the terrain. So it'll be evening when you get to that
Alice?
location. Yeah,
Okay.
to Alice.
This is fun.
So recon, navigation.
8 and a 4. So 1 success for survival.
All right. And Chris, roll me a recon roll since I'm assuming that you're the one reconning.
Oof. 6 and a 1.
6 and a 1. Kyle, roll me a D10. And then move into the hex y'all are moving into.
An 8, sir.
An 8. All right. So you guys are going along. And, Brian, roll me another survival roll, because you got one more hex you're going to go for this shift anyway, so.
8 and a 2.
Okay. So you'll be fine. You're not going to get lost. All right. So you're going along, and I mean, it's been fucking quiet. Like, you guys really haven't run into very much as you're going. Up ahead, you see a farmhouse. You don't see any movement, Chris. I'm assuming you tell everyone to stop. Kind of take a look at it through your binoculars to get a good view, and you don't see any movement around it. You don't really see people. It's just this little farmhouse sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Seems quiet. That's it.
Yeah.
You, game wise, is it, it doesn't waste like a full shift to scavenge on the move?
I mean, it depends on what you do, I guess. So, you know.
That's a pretty interesting looking farmhouse there, guys.
In what way? It looks like every other farmhouse that we've passed.
I mean, most of the buildings we've seen have been, crumbled or decayed. This one looks fairly well kept. I wonder if it's been, I don't know, just interesting. Brings me some flashbacks.
I haven't seen any movement or anything on it, but I mean, still keep your head on a swivel.
You want to keep going, or do you want to see if they have supplies, or you want to avoid it at all costs?
But I mean, it really depends. Like I said, I mean, we're pretty well supplied up.
Now, this is only from, my own police experience, but maybe is place for safety, if clear. If things go bad, we can come back and rendezvous here if anything happens.
I concur with that completely. This could be our new home base.
A safe house, if you will.
If it's clear.
Okay.
I mean, we can go investigate it. I think we'd be better off not to have everybody walk up there.
That makes sense.
I would say, Murph, if you want to stay back exactly at 100 yards so that it's not outside your first range increment, that would be probably the key position. And then
I think it would make more sense for me to try to sneak in and recon and see what's there.
Oh, that's fine, but then, nobody's going to have... I mean, you're the one who would be better off to have the other guys back from a distance.
I can go in. Is no problem for me.
No, I've got no problem going in, but I know Bruce here is going to want to go too.
I'll just smile.
Why don't you two head in? I'll hang back here with Murph. I will be his spotter for you guys so that if anything goes south, if anything starts to go south, you guys move directly back to us and we will cover your retreat.
Okay, this sounds like a good plan. How, in-game mechanics, how close to a house are you legitimately going to get?
I would say, depending on how he lays out the map, we would be somewhere close to 100 yards so that we could be at a tree line or something like that. But
with reasonable cover.
Right.
Okay.
And then we would have Murph sniping, and then Emmett would have the binos, but he would also have the machine gun set up ready to go.
So he could drop the binos and jump on the gun at any
Definitely
moment.
good cover. And,
so that
and
if you guys start retreating back, he's just throwing lead
Covering
behind
the
you.
retreat.
Yep. So
So when you guys noticed it, you're about 360 meters out when you notice it.
Okay. Bruce or Kyle, what is your survival?
A being nothing.
Oh, you should aid me then.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would bring me to a B and a B for scrounging.
where we post up, good cover and concealment definitely trumps the distance worry. Shockingly, I know I'm saying this.
Who are you?
What?
What? Have we harangued you enough?
No, I have always felt this way. It's just if all things being equal and the shot is important, I want to make sure I hit it.
Oh, okay. That A and A stat block doesn't really, it's not enough for you.
Again, I didn't want the BTR to BTR us. BTR.
Oh, well, it did anyways. So
Sure did.
Oh, it BTR'd the hell out of me.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, you just went down, like, immediately.
Oh yeah,
I got BTR'd hard.
because they ran over you, huh?
Several times.
Good thing the ground was muddy.
All right, so what exactly is your plan? Who's going up to the house? Who's staying back, keeping an eye on it? Who's doing what?
Merrick and Bruce are going to approach.
Okay.
Emmett is going to function as spotter. Murph is going to do Overwatch.
Yeah, we want to get a good spot with concealment, so if we do have to fire, they don't know where the shot's coming from.
All right, so like I said, you see it from about 360 meters out. So, and it's open terrain, so you're 360 meters out. So, do you guys are you sneaking in closer for a shot, or are you staying at 360
I mean, if there's
meters?
nothing between us and 360 until that's the first tree, then we'll
if
stay
you
at
can
360.
see it, anybody there could see you if you try to go closer, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Right.
Which I mean, I understand the whole, like, we have to make, like, the recon cover to move up.
Right.
But is there actually anywhere of concealment to move up to, or is it just basically open from where we're at now to the house?
The distance,
Last one.
the closest, however close you want to get to it is going to be the thing that modifies the recon roll. So if you're at 360 meters away, you get a pretty good bonus. If you want to go closer, like 100 meters, then your bonuses aren't as much, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Well, I'm a C and a C on recon, so I don't know. I think, is Bruce lower than that?
I mean, I'd prefer moving a little closer, but we don't have to.
know.
No, but it's not just that. That's a lot of open ground for...
Here's the thing. Bruce and Merrick can stay put until you guys are in position, and then we could approach the house. So if you want to do it that way, that's doable too. So you guys sneak up, get in position, and then Bruce and Merrick can come in. And then as we're going in, if you see anything that becomes a threat, then you can fire on it before we even get there.
So the question is, how close do you want to get?
200?
Okay, that'll give you a +1 on your recon modifier. And a -1, so it's actually 0 at that point because of the terrains. So, yeah.
So just flat.
Yeah.
And of course, Emmett's going to roll that because he's got the worst one.
Because I have the worst one, yes.
Yeah.
So that's a flat roll, that's a C and a C.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 3 and a 2.
Do you want to push that roll?
Ooh, yeah. Oh, I lost that one.
Quit cheating, Brian.
I know, right? I did a Chris. I threw it on the floor.
Dude, it took me like 10 minutes to find that fucking thing last week.
Okay, I found it. 7 and 6. 2.
Okay. All right, so you guys move in about 200 meters up. House is quiet. Nobody shoots from the house. You don't see any movement in the windows.
All right, once we get in position, we would Murph, give him the call. Tell him to move in.
He just waves them up.
You know it's a wood pigeon call. Don't do that.
Yeah, but Merrick doesn't know it, does he?
He does now. You guys relayed that.
We totally told him
that's
that.
right.
before.
That's right.
It's canon. He knows.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
What? He does know it because you did it to Rose.
Yeah. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing about how that's the spec ops code.
I forgot.
It was-
Yeah.
So, it's fine. So Merrick and LT, I guess, are going to approach now.
I mean, I did think we were being silly with that whole thing, but not serious.
That's what we're doing with this whole.
All right, so were you guys sneaking up to the house, or are you guys just walking up to the house?
I don't know.
I would say sneaking most of the way to the house.
Okay.
Because 360 meters is a long way to try to, like, walk up with your, ass out in the wind.
All right, so whichever one of you has the lowest one, just go ahead and roll it flat then.
I got a B and a B, Kyle. What do you got for recon?
I got a B and a D.
That would be
Oh, that's
LT.
you.
So
Shocker.
flat recon.
A 4 and a 7.
Do you want to push that roll? It's opposed.
What's the 4?
D6.
It's up to you, man.
Yeah, I will.
Emmett got 2 successes from a metagame perspective.
A 3. So just 1 success.
Okay. All right, so Chris and so Murph and Emmett see LT and Merrick going past them, sneaking up past, like closer. Tell me what that looks like, Merrick, LT. You guys moving up?
We're moving up, and I'm still kind of reading my book.
It's the spring and the grass is coming in, but it's growing really tall, so they're sticking low to the tall grass at approaching the house and going on all fours occasionally, and mostly crouch walking, like Groucho walking across the field.
Mm-hmm. Kyle, you said he's mostly reading as you're going towards the house?
Yeah, he's still flipping through his books and stuff, kind of distracted-ish.
All right. So you guys are approaching the house. You get about 150 meters out from the house. Nothing happens. You get about 100 meters out. This bird flies off to your left,
Merrick twists.
and that house is still sitting there. Get about 50 meters. 25 meters. 10 meters. Still quiet. Nothing. You're right up near the house.
Merrick slings the SVD that he's had at the ready and draws his sidearm. And he looks over at LT.
I have the Englishman's Uzi.
Are you ready to go in? Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'd rather you go first, but, you're in charge.
Which one of you guys has the better recon, actually?
Yo.
All right. Roll me a recon at a -2.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I have any modifiers for it. Nope. Okay. I got a 7 and a 2.
Okay. All right. So you guys are going up to the house? Was that your plan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you start to get up to the porch, Merrick, there's a very distinct smell that you've smelled before. It's the smell of death. That sickly, decaying smell.
If you or someone you love is struggling with combat-related PTSD, please call 877-717-7873. Again, that number is 877-717-PTSD. Or you can visit online ptsdusa.org. That's PTSD Foundation of America, If you call, you'll be immediately connected to a combat veteran who understands those experiences. And if you go to the website, they have in-person groups scattered throughout the United States. And if there isn't a peer group near you, they have online peer groups. Again, that's PTSD Foundation of America. If you're struggling, you don't have to go it alone.